welcome back to the channel and the series Walk, Run, Soar. You're joining me post 2-mile jog again and puppy playtime, and oh, there she goes. And she's going in. She likes to stretch out on that little end table thing off the couch. It's one of her favorite ways to nap. Let me get the camera set up here. There we go. Sorry for this brightness that's happening, but like I said, I do this when I have a moment and the dogs are calm. All right, so it's day 3, and today is walking with purpose. I appreciate this, especially after my recent Run Disney weekend where there was a lot of walking. The verse that she shares is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1. And this is from the Message, so it's gonna sound a little bit different, but it's good. In light of all this, here's what I want you to do. While I'm locked up here, a prisoner for the Master, I want you to get out there and walk, better yet run, on the road God called you to travel. I don't want any of you sitting around on your hands. I don't want anyone strolling off down some path that goes nowhere. This, of course, is Paul talking. So she shares a story about her co-author and husband, Sean. How when they, let's see, I think it was when they first started dating, she noticed that even when they were just walking down the street or, whatever, that he would not just, casually swing his arms. He would, like he was running, except he was walking. And she asked him one day why he was doing that, and he said, I'm practicing my arm form. And he had a philosophy that he would end up, that she would hear him end up sharing with teams that they coached, is walking with purpose, using that walking time, to work on your arm form. Because if you've run for any length of time, you know that form can really help it not feel so bad. Like, I think about, this is going off on kind of a tangent, I think about how much I hated running when I was in school. And the reason why it was so bad back then is because I wasn't doing it right. Had I known then what I know now, I would have started running a lot sooner. I think it's like that for a lot of people. She shares the definition of the word walk from the dictionary, which is to advance or travel on foot at a moderate speed or pace. And she says, in a spiritual sense, walking with God means to abide with Him, obey His commands, and keep a deliberate pace, following His lead. I like that. We're runners, so the word pace means a lot to us. She goes on to share about how, we have this all-powerful, all-knowing God who is everywhere and He's in everything. And the thing that He longs for when it comes to us is to have that personal connection with us. When I read that, I thought of, if you've watched The Chosen, and if I don't get this right, verbatim, please forgive me, but there's one of the episodes, I believe it's one of the, actually it might have been Simon the Zealot, when he was first getting called by Jesus. In The Chosen, Jesus says something to the effect of, I already have everything I need, but I want you. And that's exactly it. I mean, God doesn't need us for any sort of purpose, but He wants us, and He longs to have that relationship with us, which is amazing. Creator of the universe, is all powerful and all that jazz. He created us to have that relationship. No other thing on earth that He created does He want a relationship with. It was us. Go back and read Genesis, it says it, that he created us for the purpose to have the relationship with us. It's amazing. Okay. So she shares, she goes on to share some more examples of different people in the Bible that were described as being those who walked with God and had that relationship going for them. She references Enoch and Noah and Abraham and Isaac, and Israel giving the blessing to his sons, that his sons would walk with God. It's mentioned several times how having that personal connection is very, very important. And she closes with, Paul urges the church of Ephesus and all of us to walk with purpose in a manner worthy of the calling God has given us. Paul writes with passion from prison about this. And then she shares that verse from the beginning again, that Paul from prison was saying he wanted us to get out there and walk, better yet run, down that path that God has called us on. So the faith step that she shares, and I like this because I immediately thought of the person who has gotten me to where I am. But it says, have you ever had a walking or running buddy, someone that stays in step with you in a race or through life in the years, and reflect on what that's like, and then imagine having that same type of relationship with God, but on a more intimate level, of course. But my run buddy and I, having come back just recently from something that I've been working for several years now, I told her, I was like, I wouldn't have gotten this far if it hadn't been for you. Being there for me for long runs. And so and even my sister, who usually has done these races by herself, had made mention a couple times how nice it was to have someone with her to talk to, because she normally just does these on her own, but I caught up with her, and we would finish the races together, and it is so nice, especially on long distances, maybe not even to talk, but just you have that presence next to you. And how much more important is it to have God's presence in our life in that almost same way, but on a greater level, because those hard times are going to come, just like in a race or a run. You get higher miles and you're like, can I take one more step? And you have that person next to you who is going on that journey with you. So it's a really great parallel between what we can relate to as far as having a run group or a run buddy, and what God does for us when we have those hard times. The training note is going to be good for me. In a marathon, if you're going to walk fast. And I know that when I did my half marathon distance for time, however many weeks ago now, before I went to Disney, I did a 4-mile walk on the treadmill the day before. And I woke up the next day and I was like, I'm sore just from walking. I think that sometimes, trying to walk at that brisk pace, you got to practice, because it works a whole different set of muscles than running does. But it can help, especially for those of us who do walk, practice that walking and work those muscles, because it'll help keep you at a lower pace when you're trying to complete something like a marathon, which is coming up for me. And then he also shares, just like we shared at the beginning of this, work on your arm form and pumping those arms, because it really does help you keep that forward momentum. The quote that's shared is from Wilma Rudolph, 3-time Olympian champion in the 1960 Rome Olympics. That was a long time ago. Rome Olympics, and she did the 100-meter, 200-meter, and the 400-meter relay. She says, I ran and ran and ran every day, and I acquired this sense of determination, this sense of spirit that I would never give up, no matter what else happened. And I think that's a great quote, especially when relating it to this. When we know that God's on our side and He is on our side, that is the attitude that we can have, that we will never give up no matter what else happens, because we have Him walking with us, going through those hard times with us, pushing us forward, helping us take that next step. Just like I talked about yesterday, doing that next right thing. So I really like this one. I highly doubt we're going to have I think all of these are going to be fantastic. So I hope everyone's doing good. We had some beautiful, you can't tell because it's very backlit, but we had some beautiful days, warmer weather. So excited for spring, minus the allergies. So like I said, hope everyone's doing well, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Now tomorrow, and this is going to be how it is for the next few weeks. On Saturdays and Tuesdays, there will be 2 videos released. So it'll be day 4, part 1, day 4, part 2. those days specifically because those are the days that I don't have quite as much responsibility when it comes to exercising the dog. So I have time to make 2 videos. That'll help keep us on 40 days when there's 52 in here. So look forward to 2 videos tomorrow. They're gonna be spaced out because I have other things going on. Oh, and that reminds me, the reason why I have other things going on. If you are a lady and don't have anything going on tonight or during the day tomorrow, If Gathering is happening, and you can go to, might just be if.com. I should have looked up the website before I started talking about this, but you can Google If Gathering and it'll come up. And I know that last year they were able to actually share the live stream for free, so I'm hoping that'll be the case this year. But if not, it's a really small fee to sign up and be able to live stream. And if you pay for the certain level, you can actually go back later if you miss. But If Gathering is a great conference for women that they have out west somewhere, but they do a live stream. I'm going to be attending it at my church tonight and all day tomorrow. So the first part 1 video will probably be in the morning, and the other one will be probably in the evening. But I would encourage you, if you have time and like to look into it. I've always enjoyed If Gathering. It's such an uplifting, empowering thing for women. So check it out if you are a lady and are into that type of thing. So yes, I will see you tomorrow for day 4, part 1 and part 2.